Hey again, MikeTheTech here. Just got out of my meeting with a local delivery service, and the meeting went really well. They liked the app design. They liked the way everything was laid out. They liked the back end. They liked how they could edit the menu items and everything, and the prices, and everything went well. There was like 2 little changes in wording that I'm going to change, which takes like 2 seconds, no big deal. And then we're going to start the submission process. So that's exciting. We're going to be able to submit the app to the Android App Store and the iOS App Store. I am a little worried about getting things approved because of the type of app it is. There are some restrictions that we have to abide by, and some legal stuff that we have to abide by to get everything approved properly. But I'm hoping it isn't too labor intensive. I'm hoping there doesn't need to be too many changes to the app itself. But we'll see. iOS tends to be a little bit more finicky about stuff like this. But it's interesting because Android is actually the one I'm worried about. Because they recently updated their terms of service right before we decided to submit the app, and they're basically disallowing a few types or a few pieces of our service. So it's a little bit complicated or convoluted. I'd really like to find out if this will get approved or not, but I do have a switch that will turn off all the stuff that I was worried about getting approved or not. That way it'll just work. So if it goes in first, perfect. The app's exactly how we wanted it to be. If it doesn't get approved, then I do have a version of it that we can submit that isn't super crazy. It's the same kind of thing. It's a bummer that they won't be able to order within the app, but they will still be able to browse the items and make a call to order, and it should work fine. So that's exciting. Very exciting. I wish I could say the name of the company and what kind of app it is, because I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, but anyway, aside from non-disclosure agreements and things like that, I'm excited about our first T classes. If you have children or know anyone who has children who want to learn coding and game design and app design and things like that, please talk to the Future Citizens Foundation at First T. They're off of Constitution here in Salinas, and I'll be teaching 3 weeks of classes, 3 days a week, and it'll be in game design and coding, so that's a lot of fun. I also will be going to my Berkeley classes, which I'm very nervous about. It'll be about fostering wellness. Great class. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm happy I was able to pay for it and get it all done. I have to go to the actual Berkeley campus for 2 full days. But aside from that, everything seems like it should be pretty easy. I just don't like driving, honestly, and it's a long drive. But I'm excited for it. After Berkeley and after Future Citizens, I start my orientation at LSL High School. I'll be teaching computer science and game design there as well. They're ordering my computers or my class computers for that, and the orientation is going to show us about all the demographics and let us meet other staff members and explain basically our duties. So that'll be fun. It seems like a hugely different environment than the school I worked at before. Millennium Charter High School only had about 150 students on a good day. This school has 3,000 students or 2,000 students, probably like 10,000 in the district. So it's definitely different. It is definitely a giant school. I'm expecting a lot more classes. The periods aren't very long, so that's good. So I'll be able to make a pretty big impact and take things slow, you know. But I don't really know much about the LSL gig yet. There's been a lot of back and forth as to how many classes I'm having, how many of each I'm having, if it's going to be 2D, 3D. I know I'm teaching at least one class of computer science, possibly a class of coding, HTML, web page design, something like that. and the rest in game design, 2D or 3D game design. So that's going to be really exciting. If you're an Alisal High School student or are going to Alisal High soon or have kids at Alisal High, tell them to sign up for my classes. I want to make a good impact as a teacher for the first year, and it would be kind of sad if I didn't get anybody signed up. I don't think it'll be a problem, but yeah, I'm just really excited for the school year. Things haven't been going super great at home, honestly. I won't go into details, but things are rough relationship-wise, and things are rough like life-wise and money-wise. I didn't get unemployment when the school closed because school employees don't get unemployment for summer months because it's expected that they don't work those summer months. So I didn't qualify for unemployment even though our school closed and we didn't get hired. I did manage to find a summer gig, but I was promised a gig at Alisal High during the summer and was told not to apply for anything else. And it turns out that the paperwork didn't go through in time, so I didn't get to work that summer, which was a little bit difficult financially for me because it meant there's a month that I don't have a paycheck. So paying my rent that month is kind of difficult. But that's why I'm doing all these side gigs with Future Citizens at First Tee and doing the app for that business and just basically all this side stuff and all these videos and classes that I'm setting up. I'd like to kind of future-proof myself with side income so that if things like this happen again where I'm not necessarily working or earning an income for that month, I can still earn an income for that month and pay the rent, because it's very stressful. It's very hard to deal with, especially when so much other stuff is going on. And then when you're already stressed about money and having to take like 3, 4, or 5 different jobs in a month in order to make up for it and pay for your tuition, it's just craziness on my mental health. So things have been a little bit difficult, but it's not too bad. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Health-wise, it's kind of crazy, too. I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, which basically means anytime anything is wrong with me and I go to the doctor, they just say, oh, it's just anxiety, and they ignore me. So that's a thing now. But on the very real note, whenever I do get overly stressed, I do tend to have a little bit more trouble catching my breath and breathing, which is definitely not fun and causes kind of a panic. I've noticed it's also slightly related to phlegms. If I get rid of a lot of phlegms, it happens less and I'm able to breathe a little bit better. And I have an excess in phlegm production, which is really gross, but it's what it is. And yeah, I'm hoping that clears up pretty soon, because it's not fun not being able to breathe. I'd really like to find some sort of medication or something to either get rid of all the phlegms so that I can breathe better normally, or some sort of anxiety medication that will keep me from having these panic attacks or anxiety attacks that cause me not to be able to breathe. But, you know, one day at a time, we're working on everything. I'm trying to get a little bit more healthy, but it does make working out a little bit harder if you have trouble breathing. So, it's just crazy. I'm sorry I'm kind of ranting, but I figure, why not? I need a place to kind of talk about stuff, and I appreciate all of you. You guys always leave me really nice comments and are pretty fair with your assessments of what I post. So, you know, if anyone has any comments or suggestions for me, please leave them as well. I read all my comments, and I'd love to hear from you. I don't have a lot of people to talk to about stuff like this, so yeah, it helps. It really does. Even just seeing like, hey, thanks for this video, it helped me. It really makes my day, just being able to see all kinds of positive comments, especially when the narrative on YouTube is that most comments are negative and mean-spirited, but 99.9% of the time, my comments have been very positive and have got me through a lot of stuff. So thank you for that. That's really cool. But yeah, I haven't really had time to make any games or anything, but I have, like I said, I've been working on the app, and I've been learning a lot about app design. I've also been creating classes for Skillshare, and I still have all of my curriculum on on deck. It's ready. My curriculum is ready. I need to kind of organize it a bit more. I already have it set into a pack where, like, if someone really wants to purchase it, they can purchase it and use it in their classroom and have like a full year's worth of content. But I'd like to get it to where there's daily or weekly lesson plans and everything is like packaged perfectly and looks really pretty. I want it to get to that level. That way I can start approaching schools and say, hey, I've developed this curriculum. It's focused around, you know, CTE standards and Common Core standards and arts, media, and entertainment standards for California. And for any game design teacher, even someone who's used to making games or has a lot of experience in game design, it doesn't necessarily mean you know how to teach game design or have it organized into sections and what you need to go over with students. And it doesn't mean you have worksheets, and it doesn't mean you have like what are they called? Rubrics for different projects. So I've created all of that, and I'd like to eventually sell it to schools. I put it on Teachers Pay Teachers, but I don't think that's the right venue for it, because this would be a slightly more expensive product, and Teachers Pay Teachers is generally for like $1 to $5 products or $10 products at most. So I might put up a couple slideshows or things like that, but I don't really expect to make a living off of Teachers Pay Teachers. It's just, it would take a lot of work to organize it into something that's sellable. But I do want to make it into a packet for schools, because I think that's where the value is. Like a new teacher teaching game design who needs content, who needs a curriculum, who just has their kids sitting there making games and stuff without actually like learning standards or content. They can deploy this package and have a new slideshow every day, have a new topic every day, have a new discussion every day, and really push that forward. So I'm not sure how to market it. I'm not sure how to package it, but it's getting there. I just haven't had a lot of time to work on it because, like I said, I've been so busy since I wasn't employed during the summer. Thank you guys again so much for watching. It's been 12 and a half minutes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this here. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions or comments below, or if you just want to chat. Let's chat, guys. I don't care. Let's hang out. Let's live stream. Let's play trials or something. All right, have a great day. Peace.